Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WCS Europe. It's now time for the semi-finals. These guys are so hyped, you're not going to believe it. We've already had 2 terrific days of StarCraft 2 with the quarterfinals now wrapped up in both America and Europe. Tonight, though, we're going to concentrate on the semi-finals. That's right, we're going to ramp things up to a level we've not yet seen. The last 2 days were fantastic. We've seen tons of surprises, particularly in America, where lots of Terrans decided to not play as well as they could do. Such a shame. But in Europe, we've still got a couple left. Hurrah! Let's celebrate the fact that we've got 2 Terrans in the semi-final against 2 of the Protoss, and they're going to go head-to-head to start the night. We're then going to move on to WCS America and play both semi-finals there. And then tomorrow, from 8 o'clock Central European Summertime, a real treat. Not only do we have the WCS Europe Grand Final for Season 1, but we also have the WCS America Grand Final from Season 1 as well. And if that wasn't enough, there's also something very special going to happen at the start of tomorrow's show. I'm not even going to tell you what it is, but make sure you're tuned in at 8 o'clock on the dot, Central European. You don't want to miss it. Right, we're going to leave the crowd to enjoy the show. Guys, enjoy yourselves. And we're going to say hi to our favourite Frenchman. How are you doing, Todd?
Stefano's here?
No. Stefano's not. No, he's not.
You know, we're going to have some great StarCraft action today. White Rise at the bar. Ro8 is looking more handsome than ever. Things couldn't be better today. I'm really happy to be here, and I think it's going to be super exciting.
Okay, and we kick things off with 2 Frenchmen in the semi-final.
Yeah, Jean-Michel versus jjakji.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to get away with that somehow. The bracket shows that we do have our 4 semi-finalists. This is how they came through. MC and jjakji making their way through by dumping out Vortex and Stardust, much to the surprise of our panel here, it has to be said. MMA then coming through against against Snoot, and then San coming through against Welmu. Of all the quarterfinals, which were you most surprised about? Was it the Vortex match?
No. I think Vortex definitely... a lot of people were expecting him to do better, me included, but it was more jjakji playing super well rather than Vortex disappointing. So I would say maybe MC Stardust, because you know, I've been a bit of a doubter of the Bostos lately, and I think it's time to correct that.
Yeah, I think we all have, to be fair.
Yeah.
You know, we've all looked at him playing, and he looked very nervous and didn't seem quite the same confident Bostos that we've seen in the past. But we saw a different version of him in the quarterfinal. Do you think that had a lot to do with preparation, knowing who he was going to play? And does that matter tonight because of who he's playing?
I think, yeah, it had a lot to do with preparation, and today, again, it's going to be very important. MC here, he's living in a team house now. He's not playing, he's not practicing on his own anymore. That's going to have a huge impact. He's living with a great Terran, Yoda. I'm sure he's played a ton of games with him, and he's going to need those against somebody like jjakji, who's been on top of Europe. You know, I'm tempted to say he's been playing very well over here and winning tournaments left and right, crushing people. It's going to be a tough match for MC, but I think he can do it.
When we look back at their respective seasons, MC with his victories over Slivko, Naniwa, and Nurchio, the only defeat for him has been against San, which is no disrespect. It's San's on form, on fire, many would say. jjakji, by contrast, has come through against Livezerg, also beaten Nurchio, Grubby, and Daishi. Do you think we can read too much into their season so far?
I think jjakji's performance has been more impressive so far. That's what I get from looking back at their matches. The thing is, I feel like MC has gained some momentum again here with his nice victory over Stardust, and you know, he just did an AMA on Reddit in which he said a lot of nice words about me. So yesterday I said that we had the new era of Terran beginning and that they were going to win, but after reading MC said, there is no way I can predict against him. I need to be a Protoss on this one. So yeah, I'm going to say that MC here, he's going to put up a great fight, and I would have said that regardless, and yeah, I'm super excited for this match, man. The new era of Terran versus Protoss.
Yeah. Well, this is the ultimate me versus you as well. It's PvT.
Come on.
I mean,
we don't play in the same leagues.
I'd take you down. Got to try these things, right? At least once. These two have met a couple of times in Heart of the Swarm. Once in Wings of Liberty before, which we'll ignore for now. Their latest meeting came at Intel Extreme Masters just a few months ago in Sao Paulo. MC coming out on top in that 3-1, but that was before the changes. Can we read too much? Because this is going to be a different game, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we can't read too much into the last match that they played, because a lot of things happened since then. Back then, MC was a lot more confident than he is now. He was in a lot better shape too. He was getting great results in my little tournament online at the same time too. And jjakji, he's doing a lot better now than he was before. So if you listen to this, all that together, if you put all these things together, you might be basically saying that jjakji has a much better chance now than he did before. But again, that AMA, man, I just cannot predict against MC here. So a close match. This is what I hope.
Okay, all right. So we're going with the AMA's OP. I think that's what I've learned from listening to you on that one. Thanks, Todd. It's almost time for the players to get into this first semi-final. Don't forget you can interact with us via the usual social media channels. We'd love to hear from you, actually, your predictions. Do you agree with Todd? Is the Boss Toss about to rule them all and go on to the third consecutive final here in WCS Europe? Or can jjakji make a massive impact in his first season in Europe and claim his first grand final in WCS? We're about to find out. The Matt Vetoes are almost with us. But first, let's go over to our commentators to find out which of the 2011 GSL champions can make it to the final.
Thanks very much, guys. A slobber knocker we are in for here in the round of 4 as MC and jjakji face off in this best-of-5 final who goes on to the finals. I, for one, am very excited about this match.
Of course, this is going to be the second best day of the World Championship Series so far, Colaris.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. As we have the grand finals tomorrow. Going to be very, very good. And we're guaranteed to see either a PvP, a TVT, or TVP. So we have 3 matches to choose from. And these guys are going to determine at least one spot for us.
Yeah, and this, like you said, is going to be a very tense match between these two players. They played against each other not too long ago. They are both former GSL champions. They are both currently in the top 10 rankings for the WCS. Currently ranked 6th and 8th, as we'll see a little bit closer in a little bit when we look at their stats. It's difficult to call a winner here, but as much as Todd does like to favor MC here, I have to favor just by a little bit jjakji. I think he's got a lot of momentum coming into this. One thing, though, to look at MC on the bright side of things is that yesterday when he played, he broke a barrier that he was really having a hard time breaking through, which was or the day before when he played, which is his confidence barrier. Because he came into that PvP in the most nervous state I've seen him in a very, very long time. But after breaking that one game, I think that he has the confidence to show everyone that he's the Boss Toss. Because when he has that kind of mentality, I can be anybody, I am who I am, that's when I think he plays his best.
I think one thing that really stands out for me about this series is that not only is MC looking for that 3rd consecutive finals, so if he went in the round of 4, it would be a catastrophe because he needs to get to that finals to prove himself so he can take that first place spot because he has taken a lot of second places since his last tournament finish.
Yeah, they have really different ways to the final, don't they? All looking to get to the final. You've got MC, who's got 2 back-to-back second place finishes here in Europe, and then you've got jjakji, who moved here to win.
Exactly. This is the reason he is here. If he went out in the round of 4 and wasn't in the finals at least, that would equally be a catastrophe here for jjakji. This is the reason he has moved to Europe. WCS Europe, as we now have MC and jjakji for our best of 5. Matt Vetoes to begin.
Yeah. Trying to think of the maps we might see vetoed out here. Daedalus Point is a map that's vetoed out quite a lot. Polar Night can be by MC as well. Not too sure, but we'll see. This is still a best of 5 here before we reach the grand finals tomorrow.
We're seeing a lot of Altazim go, just in general, across almost all matchups at the moment, especially in these later rounds of the tournament. We saw it a little bit before. Heavy Rain gets removed instantly here by jjakji. I'm actually not too surprised about this because when we saw these two play in Sao Paulo, MC was being very, very aggressive against jjakji, who was not able to hold down the fort against such aggressive players.
Yeah, Altazim was picked out there by MC. Altazim, by the way, is the most vetoed map throughout all of the WCS, so it's a stat for you there. When they played against each other, you know, not looking more specifically at how it was played out, but they had very strong styles. MC is capable of absolutely anything, from 1-base blink to DT builds, to a massive 2-base timing to Stargate play. Absolutely anything is capable, and that makes him very unpredictable coming into this series, whereas jjakji is a little bit more predictable on how he's going to play, but he plays it very well and very strong.
We're going to open things up with Habitation Station, Yeonsu, then Frost. Habitation Station being jjakji's choice here. I like this because, you know, I think he's going to be able to defend himself a little bit better on a map like this compared to something like Yeonsu, for example, which was picked out second by MC. So I think we're already starting to see a little bit of the kind of mindset of these players going into this.
And everybody's come to watch StarCraft today, Kolaris. There's lots of people here, and of course, we have the finals tomorrow, so hopefully we can see you tomorrow as well. But here are the players in our first semi-final of the day. We're going to have back-to-back semi-finals, of course, before going over to WCS America for their semi-finals. And which player is going to go through, a Terran or Protoss? Is it going to be the Boss Toss that could get 3 back-to-back finals? He's got a decent record versus Terran. 11 wins and 4 losses. Pretty decent overall stats, of course.
Yep, all these stats accrued from WCS games, and we know the MC has been at a lot of tournaments, let's say it that way. So he has attended quite a lot of WCS ranked tournaments throughout 2013 and forwards. Meanwhile, we have jjakji here, who hasn't attended quite as many, only recently, ever since after moving through to Europe with My Insanity. Just adding on some games here and there. Versus Zerg, doing pretty darn good. Versus Protoss, though, bit up in the air, a little bit even, but I have to go with you, Sean, here. I think the jjakji with this, if he hunkers down, if he defends himself well against a player like MC that's notoriously aggressive, I think he could snatch this away here from our previous second-place finisher here in WCS.
We've only seen jjakji play against one Protoss player so far this season, and it was Grubby, and it was 2-0, and I think we can safely say that it was a little bit one-sided as well. He looked very dominant, very clean, minimal mistakes, and that is jjakji to a T. MC, on the other hand, we haven't really seen him play a single Terran. Not a single Terran yet in this tournament, in this season. Just lots of Protoss versus Zerg, lots of Protoss versus Protoss, and he's been able to escape the wrath of PvP, most notably in the quarterfinals where he eliminated Stardust, which I think, for MC, personally, is a bigger match than this one here. I think in his winner's interview, he said the day before that, yeah, that was the hardest one. I don't care who I play in the next round, whether it's Vortex or jjakji. It's Terran and Zerg. That's not a PvP for me. That's where I feel better. Yeah.
He certainly feels better outside the mirror matchups. But now, guys, countdown has begun for our first round of 4 series as the Boss Toss is looking to prepare for this. He absolutely wants this. He wants to not only get to the finals, but win the entire tournament. He's placed second twice in a row here in WCS Europe, and he wants that first place spot. But this man stands in his way. jjakji looking to conquer Europe, looking to also take it. Ranked 6th versus 8th. Big match here.
Big players so far this year.
All right, let's get into it as we have spawning up to the top left-hand corner our red Terran. Representing My Insanity, it's jjakji.
Who, since joining My Insanity, has just skyrocketed to the top, just like Stardust has done. I'm sure My Insanity very proud of jjakji so far.
And a player up to the top right here in the blue, representing Global Esports Management, it is MC.
Who hasn't won a tournament since May 2012, Kolaris.
Long time ago.
The Boss Toss hasn't won a tournament in almost 2 years. Are you kidding me?
It's crazy to think about.
Kidding me?
There's a lot of second places in there, though. A lot of second places. Can he take that first place spot? Needs to keep his hopes alive here in the round of 4. Defeating jjakji is going to be a tall order.
Absolutely, absolutely. And jjakji just needs to keep at the front of his mind that MC is capable of anything. On this very map, when they played the last time, it was a 1-base DT rush. The Twilight Council was proxied in the bottom right-hand side, wasn't found, and he simply lost to it. And I'm sure that may be trickling around in his head a little bit and just thinking about these things. But we do see jjakji opening up with a barracks in a wall without taking gases so far. He did scout inside his main base as well, in case of any early proxy rushes, which we know is very possible from MC. MC grabbing double gases quite early here. It's a lot of gas income he's going to have, whether he uses it immediately or not. Will also could come into effect here. He does go in and scout. No gases, but 1 gas there. So it is a single gas opening from jjakji, but later on. This is going to be 1 barracks reactor, 2 Marines expansion.
Yeah, at least the MC gets good full confirmation of exactly what's going on behind this, and unfortunately gets locked in with this probe, so he will end up losing it. But that comes at the cost of him knowing exactly what jjakji is up to right now.
But that's kind of a good thing for jjakji in this regard, is that yes, he's got the second depot down immediately, but he keeps the probe trapped in, which means that isn't a probe that's gone to proxy something. Especially now he's gone in and seen double gases, which are mining from 3 in each. The possibilities from MC have opened up greatly here. Very difficult for jjakji to read into this.
Yeah, so for now, that SCV is actually sitting around at the natural, and we'll be keeping an eye on any kind of expansion play that will be going on, but also importantly, it can spot if any extra probe were to move out, and he's actually going to go in for a second scout again. If he goes off to the left-hand side and sees that pylon over to the left, he might be anticipating some kind of Stargate play. We'll see what he wants to do from here.
Yeah, as you can see, with the Stalker and Mothership Core on its way, MC already has 100 gas. 100 gas is the Twilight Council, 100 gas is the Robotics Facility, 150 gas is the Stargate. 3 options to choose from, but he may not even use any. That's something to keep in mind. jjakji's looking around to see if there has somehow been a pylon that has been thrown down somewhere, but it is inside the main base here. jjakji did see that pylon. He does know it's capable of being put down there inside his main base, but he's looking absolutely everywhere for something.
Wow, he's so diligent about this scouting.
He knows what MC's like.
Jeez, this is really, really detailed by jjakji.
I think I know what MC's doing here. So he's going to go 1 base Oracle. He's then going to follow it up with the gold base, which will really power up his economy, and then follow that up with like a Void Ray timing with Gateway Explosion to bust the natural here.
Wow, jjakji, he's also going for a little bit of extra flair himself. Base down at the bottom left-hand corner. Gold base, all of this going on at the 520 mark.
This is very
crazy.
greedy from jjakji. He's taken out a gas after getting the reactor and getting 100 gas banked, and then is only mining minerals, and now is going to go into delayed 2nd and 3rd barracks. Very greedy from jjakji, especially considering that he spotted the MC has the options to do something aggressive. Whether jjakji is saying, well, I'm going to call your bluff, you're not going to do anything here, is going to be a very scary moment here, especially that SCV sees no nexus, and all of a sudden jjakji's got to be like, maybe, should I have gone for this command center?
Yeah, you got to be careful. He's bringing all of his Marines back to the main because he remembers that pylon back from where it was. He has to keep all his Marines together because an Oracle, if the Marines are split up, could start working away at them very quickly. Oh, a little bit of a miss shot there from the Oracle initially. Did actually focus down on that bunker, but will clean up those Marines regardless. And this is the power of an Oracle. It can still trade away for a lot of Marines.
And a scan has revealed the Oracle and Stargate more importantly. And I wonder if he's going to be like, oh, okay, that's just a delayed expansion down. Or he could click that this could be a build that we've seen a lot recently, which is this gold base being taken. Remember that he built the engineering bay instead of a 3rd barracks, which means his unit count is very low at this point.
With 2 Oracles now here. One has to regain shields, but the second one's going to poke in. He did drop that scan and saw that there was a 2nd Oracle in production, but also you can infer that that's the 2nd one because it's a little bit healthier, of course. So for now, jjakji he really needs to get his production up and running.
I mean, jjakji needs to find out what the hell's going on. He's actually got an SCV going to spot the gold base. I think he started to realize that this is quite a common build recently and a common strategy. And upon seeing the gold base being taken like this, he has to realize the threat. If it's going to be the gold base like this, it's usually followed up with a Void Ray and Gateway attack. If I can identify it, then I'm pretty sure jjakji's going to be able to, which would mean he needs an additional bunker on the natural, probably a turret behind the 2 bunkers as well to help out against the Void Rays and stuff. The Gateways are coming in. He has to prepare his defense. Right now, 1 bunker is not going to be enough.
Ever the aggressor is MC. The scan goes down. He sees those barracks instantly. The one thing he didn't get full confirmation of is that the Void Rays are still there. But he, as you've mentioned, you know what's coming. We think that jjakji should be able to read into this. He's adding on a few Marauders behind this as well, but there's no extra bunkers here just yet.
Not yet, and I think 1 bunker is going to get broken down quite easily. Of course, when the Void Rays are charged up, they'll do extra damage. A 2nd bunker is being made. Of course, when he scanned the gateways, he saw that they weren't ready yet, so he did and does have a little bit of extra time before this attack is about to happen. And remember, if he defends this attack, jjakji, he will find himself in an almost unstoppable position.
Yes.
3 command centers, he can start to go up with his +1 attack and yada, yada, yada.
And here we go. He's adding on the bunkers. He understands the threat is real.
Uh-oh, he's trying to move down and catch some loose units here. If there's anything out there that shouldn't be. For example, this probe and pylon, but that's a big risk.
There's not too many force fields, but he has trapped. Oh! He gets so much of it, even with the time warp there.
Yeah.
With the hole, it doesn't matter because so many of those units died. 3 Void Rays now charge up, go to town on that bunker in the middle, doing a lot of damage, trying to repair it as desperately as they can do. But at the same time, if those Zealots also focus down, he did bring down one of the Void Rays. That was good. So far, this isn't a bad defense considering he lost so many of those units. He needs to really hold on against this. A lot of the Zealots are dying.
The turret's now finished up behind this. Extra bunkers are being made.
How much bio does he actually have? He has 10 Marines, 2 Marauders. Third
Just
Void Ray
needs
is
to
going to be
hold
coming.
on. Stim is going to be done in 5 seconds. That helps out a lot here.
Void Ray's looking for an extra angle. Do find it on that first bunker right on this right-hand side. Even the Marines actually getting focused down here. This is a good trade there for MC.
It's going to get the reactor now, slow down that Marine production.
That's very strong, especially with the gateways.
There's a lot of bunkers here, even an additional turret too.
Wow, okay, so big defensive posture here from jjakji, because he knows, you've mentioned it before, all he has to do is hold on. He's adding on extra production behind this, is jjakji, but likewise is MC. So
+1 attack, 50 seconds.
They're going to just continue on with this.
Gone.
MC, wow, this is...
and he's just building up an army behind this.
This is MC to a T. This is what he does. jjakji had to anticipate something like this. And in the very first game of this series, MC is really pushing it. 4th Void Ray now enters the fray. 5th one just about to complete.
And he's going to have to pull these Marines up. He's going to have to be. Otherwise, he's going to lose everything inside his main base, which would give MC the opportunity to break the natural.
Yeah, and he knows that that army is still looming outside the natural, so he has to be so careful about how he splits up these army.
Yeah. And it's going to be very difficult here for jjakji, I think, even with all these bunkers.
The Void Ray numbers are increasing, and the factory has stopped production. Therefore, there will be no starport available anytime soon, so he can't have a Viking out, so it's slowing all these things down. But even then, committing to that will be difficult. Drops a scan, sees his army moving straight forwards, charge up onto that one bunker. That's going to fall very quickly. Can he plow on through? That's a lot of Zealots tanking so much damage at the front, but the missile turret's not doing too bad a job, but they fall so rapidly as well. MC, with a superior force, is going to be able to break through this wall and put on so much pressure and force jjakji out of this game in game number 1. What? I mean, perfect execution. There's not really anything he could have done.
Yeah, this is going towards MC. He's broken the front door. He's just absolutely smashed jjakji around. And with this very greedy build from jjakji, there was no real way that he could stop this. With 5 bunkers, 3 turrets, not possible against the boss toss. And boss toss takes game number 1.
MC, very well executed there. Now moving on to game number 2, jjakji's got to reconsider his position. I mean, we know this is the boss toss's style. We know that this is what he does against Terrans. He goes straight for the face, very fast. And you've got to be careful against things like this.
And a very powerful and very convincing opening here from the boss toss. And Stardust is receiving, or giving over, sorry, a couple of words to jjakji here. jjakji receiving some words, and I think one of the first things he's going to say is, a little bit greedy there, dude.
Yeah.
You spotted double gases, and not only did you spot double gases, you know what type of player MC is. Very aggressive, would love to try to win the game early and be in your face. Taking 3rd command center may have not been the right decision there from jjakji.
MC's previous victim. MC looking for the My Insanity all kill in these past 2 rounds.
Yeah.
As jjakji now, you're right. I mean, he's got to reconsider. He's got to reconsider exactly how things... And it's Yeonsu. It's Yeonsu, Sean. A map that can still lend itself to fantastic... I mean, MC there, just, I mean, how his face... He looks pretty confident. He looks pretty calm and confident.
I think, like I said before, he's broken his nerves now. For a while, he hasn't really been playing the best StarCraft. He's had a lot of losses recently. But the most important game, like I mentioned before, I think for MC was that Stardust. It just gave him a lot of boost coming into this one. And he's 1-0 up against a likewise former GSL champion. A long time ago, November 2011, jjakji won that. MC has won quite a lot of tournaments in his lifespan. He's the boss toss for a reason. He's the highest earning StarCraft 2 player for a reason. And needs that, really wants that victory more than anything right now. We talked about how MMA wanted his victory in Season 3. You have to really believe that MC has the hunger for that first place right now.
And I mean, with the brackets, how they are, imagine if we had an MC MMA final, like for the rematch, but At the same time, you know, San is looming down there as well, and he is looking menacing. This round of 4 that we have here in WCS Europe is an extremely brutal one, with these two players facing off against one another. MC with that killer instinct, jjakji with the hunger here as well. This is the reason he moved to to Europe. This tournament is the reason. He has to prove himself here.
Well, they've already played, like I mentioned, in Sao Paulo, and they didn't just play in Sao Paulo, it was also a semi-final. This is 2 semi-finals in the last couple of months that these players have met up against each other. Is jjakji gonna give MC another final?
We'll find out. We shall. Game number 2 now on the way between these two players. MC currently 1 game up. And jjakji now has to really evaluate how his opponent is playing, because we know MC is aggressive. Will jjakji be able to hold on against that torrent of pressure? As we have now spawning down to the bottom left-hand corner our red Terran. Representing My Insanity, it is jjakji. And up to the top right, currently 1 game up here in this semi-final. Representing Global Esports Management, it's MC.
A tense one between these two players. What are we going to see coming into this next map? I feel that jjakji has got to play a very reactionary style against MC. If you can see what's coming and have the correct reaction immediately, you're going to be in a much, much better off position. So Reaper expands are going to be, I think, the best real thing for jjakji to be focusing on here. Without the Reaper, there's a reason why the Reaper is so common in this matchup. It gives you the option to jump in, jump out, find the tech. He actually was going to go for it. He was going to go for it. He's making indecisions right now. He got a 12 gas. He was about to go for a Reaper and then said, you know what? Apollo. Screw you, bro.
Straight to you. I'm sorry, man.
That's just straight to you, you know? You telling me to do it, I'm not going to... And just decides to, you know, skip gas for now. Whether he'll add on a gas in a little bit like he did in the previous game, or whether he's going 1 Barracks Command Center. I really think, though, that the Reaper is, you know, going to be a very useful tool here against MC to find out what he's up to at all times. But with a later gas on, this is going to be very similar to the previous opening, of course, with the double marine into the reactor.
I mean, if we look back at how game number 1 went, the defining moment of that is when jjakji like moves down the ramp, loses quite a lot of that bio. If he'd had all that bio behind the bunkers that he was slowly creating, it could have been, yeah, it could have been. So jjakji, you know, just wasn't really on top of spotting everything that he needed to. And that's a scary spot to be in. But for now, I'm loving the building position in there by MC, really fortifying the back of his base, and it's gonna, well, I mean, there's no Reaper on the way anyway, so it doesn't really matter, but
yeah.
You know, MC doesn't really know that from the very get-go, at least.
Well, jjakji's going to go in and see 1 gas, so that's already in itself maybe a bit comforting to know that there isn't a rushed out double gas and he doesn't have to try to figure out exactly what's coming his way here very early on. With a single gas here, MC does have a faster Nexus, but obviously later tech choice. He hasn't thrown the 75 minerals into the simulator. He hasn't, you know, slowed his Nexus down. But look at this. jjakji's actually got an SCV inside the main base and is going to want to try to poke in about a minute's time or so, or 30 seconds to a minute's time, to find out what that tech choice is going to be. Is it a robotics facility thrown down very shortly? And if it is, well, good for him. He wants to know what he's playing against.
Yeah, but at the same time, even if that were to come along, he would still need to identify exactly what's happening, because, you know, those, although when you go for the Robo and into the Robo Bay very quickly, oh, never mind,
well,
it's the Stargate.
Yeah, so with the Stargate, this would be really nice if you could spot this.
Yeah.
But look at this. jjakji's actually gone for a factory too, so he's most likely going to be trying for the Widow Mine drop here. And this can work out really well against a Stargate, but you have to think, if you're going for a factory, what units do you have to prepare yourself against an Oracle opening? You could also lose a lot of SCVs here. So he needs to balance the act of getting the Widow Mine into the mineral lines, but also not lose a lot to a potential Oracle here.
Yeah. It's so funny how game number 1 actually worked out, because if you think about like MC and Void Ray Burst, it's very kind of old school of how you would anticipate MC kind of playing the game out. But just, you know, reviving these kinds of plays, as you say, it's become more popular, it's become more common, and Protoss always finds these ways to really break down the front so quickly. So MC really working on his strengths.
No star port thrown down for jjakji, actually just a 2nd barracks here. So he's not looking to actually drop the Widow Mines per se. He's actually going over towards just kind of looking at attacking at the front wall here, maybe. Could use him. Well, he's going to use him defensively now. I wonder if he is just going to use just defensively.
I don't mind that too much against MC of all people. I think this works out okay.
Okay.
Oh, wow, Twilight Council here, Sean.
And that SCV hasn't gone in to spot anything either for jjakji. He doesn't know what he's playing against yet.
I guess he may end up using it like for later on, just in case he sees a flood of gateways or something.
Well, this Widowmine, MC is going to be very surprised by this in the first place. He's going to lose his Oracle here if he's not careful.
Yeah. Okay, so it will show for just a second, so maybe if MC's reactions are quick enough to pull back, but it's very, very close, that's for sure. He saw the Stargate and Twilight Council, I believe?
Just the Twilight Council, I think.
Oh, okay. Oh, no,
both.
Yeah. Oh, so that was a good scout for him. Extra gateways now be added on here for MC. 3 in total, and Blink is being researched, because MC likes his Blink, likes it a lot.
Yeah, when you go for the Oracle like this, it's always nice to be able to get some SCVs to slow your opponent down here. Because MC's added on a lot of gateways, he's gone for Blink straight away, and he's going to attack with this. If the Oracle had killed a few more SCVs, he could have slowed jjakji down from getting to where he is now, which is adding on all these units. MC's going for this attack, which is going to be quite powerful, obviously.
I think it's made even more powerful, though, so by the fact that the Oracle is there, still alive. Revelation is very useful. Normally, in a Blink attack, if you lose a Mothership core, then you're kind of like, okay, that sucks. But with the Oracle there still, it gives him that extra bit of potential to actually use the high ground to his advantage.
jjakji knows with the Twilight Council coming down, this could be looking at an attack here, even though he's not certain of anything. Widowmines are obviously going to be great here. There is no detection. I guess the Oracle could give that to him.
Yeah, it could.
As well, remember?
And, well, Forge with all of this, it really feels as if he...
Well, he's looking to, he's looking to attack, but also have fallback options. He's got a high probe count, or decent probe count here for 2 bases, so...
Well, now the Oracle, as well as the Stalkers, get spotted as he moves out across the map with all of this. And the pylons being added on. Oh, hey!
That's a big hit.
Yeah, that's not the best of losses. It did actually damage some of the shields on these Stalkers as well, but losing that now, it's going to be up to the Mothership core to really do something here. Links back, avoids that Widowmine.
Where's he going? He's got double time warps, remember?
Yeah, at least he knows where the Widowmine placement
Stim's not ready yet.
There's the time warp. He's trying to get that Mothership core. Does not get it though. MC micros it back as quickly as he can do. And all the SCVs have gone off the line here as well. These Marines are dying off quite quickly. Very few Stalkers have actually died during all of this. He's lost 3 units against 30 units. He's kept a lot of these Stalkers alive. Now down to 5 kills.
Yeah, 2 Marauders there. That's a lot of damage output from those guys. The Widowmines are recharged now too. And MC's building an Oracle to be able to deal with that. MC needs to do some damage here. This is a lot of gateways, a lot of units he's building.
Clever attempts for him and jjakji here to reposition these Widowmines. He's trying to bait that one out from the high ground, but it's already moved away. And he's got to be careful as those
No, MC cannot blink up there. He knows that there's Widowmines. He has to attack the front door. There are double bunkers. He doesn't have any time warps anymore, which is ideal.
Added on an extra Oracle so that he can actually use it for the Envision and spot where these Widowmines are, because he knows they're around. He knows there's one down right next to him, so at least he will get a free one from there. But as all this is going on, Sean, more Marauders are being added on, right?
Yeah,
so there's a timer.
Every second that goes past is helping out jjakji.
He's going to get that one Widowmine. Army supply, 61 to 50 or so. 45, there we go, thanks Monka. As here comes the assault once again. Zealots try and move towards the front. Widowmine's not in the best of positions now, position themselves on that high ground and force those Stalkers away. All the Zealots have been removed from the fight.
Yeah, jjakji never wants to move out here because the more units he gets, the powerful he is. Even if MC keeps building up himself, these Marauders are just going to absolutely destroy these Stalkers. MC's going to go for another attack in a second. Widowmine's in better position again.
And that fight for him, that second fight that we just saw, was nowhere near cost effective at all for MC. His resources lost was a little bit bad in that one. And now, jjakji, from his first person view, trying to control this. He knows all he has to do is hold on. So he's keeping as best an eye as he can on those Stalkers, now repositioning themselves. Even a lot of SCVs actually got pulled off there. He will chase this away, but the Stalkers have separated themselves on 2 angles to try and get a better concave.
MC and his Stalkers. There's a lot of Stalkers here. A scan from jjakji, where did that go down? It went down on the natural, and she's okay. This guy's not chrono boosting. He's still on 3 gases. He's still doing this.
It's actually a good point. There's full chrono boost on that Nexus. So 55 to 74 army supply. Stalker's trying to find an angle once again. And actually, this is a pretty darn good angle for them. Does not lose them the ship core.
Yeah, he tried to go for that to deny the high ground vision, but couldn't.
Still, these Widowmines soaks up the damage from just blinking away. These Zealots get caught out. This is a great pickup here for jjakji. Very, very cost effective for him, catching a few of these units. and has to pull back. There's so many Stalkers, Sean.
There's a lot of Marauders too.
And how well is this going to work out? This great blink control here by MC, really not losing too many. 1 or 2 fall, but still blinking back where he can. But still, the cost efficiency now is doing okay here for jjakji, but MC's still up in terms of army supply.
Yeah, trading off a lot here by the looks of it. MC's actually added on 4th gas. His mineral to gas balance isn't right for only Stalkers here, which is why you see a lot of Zealots in there too.
And then we got the Chrono Boosts into the gateways now for MC, who needs units out quickly. He wants to try and do big, big damage.
+1 attack isn't far away from finishing now either.
And noticeably, he doesn't have an Oracle with all of this once again. Oh, he's going to lose the Mothership Core. A big blow to him, now having to blink back as best as possible with more Stalkers warping in behind all of this, trying to go for the efficient trades where he can, but MC is being inefficient. jjakji is holding on. He's lost 7,000 resources to 4,400. jjakji's defense here has been impeccable.
And he's just been hanging on long enough. Eventually, this isn't going to be as effective for MC. If they keep climbing up in supply, the higher they both go, the better this is for jjakji. With a high Marauder and high Medivac count, with also +1 attack seconds away from finishing, it's now finished. And obviously, jjakji's income isn't the best, but he does have mules to support this too. And there's the backup plan for MC. He's like, oh my god, I need a robo.
He needs a Mothership Core. He needs anything. It's the Widow Mines as well. They slow down all these pushes. MC has to, you know, force out the shots, blink back, stay away for a while until blink recharges. So real knock-on effects here are working out tremendously for jjakji, who is in a great position right now.
Well, MC, he's trying to break these rocks down. He's got to be not too far out in the open. He can't always blink back, but any loss here is quite bad. Doesn't want to lose anything. And doesn't. Should be okay here.
Oh. Sorry, little guy.
2 Stalkers for free. Does blink out and get out once again. But this is a position where jjakji can fall back, take a 3rd, get his +1 armor, can go for the 2nd Engineering Bay and Armory soon, and just kind of play the game longer. He doesn't need to rush out to attack because MC needs to build units at this point and get ready for defense, which is Zealot Charge coming in. And because jjakji obviously has the power in his hands at this moment, which is why MC's had to back off. jjakji doesn't need to go out and go into MC's prepared army back at home. Can take his 3rd as mentioned and just move on. But as long as he starts to find out what the follow-up is, I think it's quite important to know if it is Templar Archives or Robotics Bay. Gonna need some Vikings in there soon.
Yeah, and he has to prepare for the follow-ups, that's for sure. Maybe, well, with this poke forwards, he's going to know that his opponent's not on a 3rd base, over on this left-hand side at least, and then he can go check the other one and know the position he's in. There's
a lot of units from jjakji, man, with these Widow Mines as support too.
And the fact that it's Zealot charge in this, if the Zealots all charge in at the same time, then those Widow Mines are going to do a lot of damage to him. He has to be very, very careful. This army stims up the ramp and gets past that. Only 1 force field here to really, really help that out. But the Zealots absolutely dissolved with no armor upgrades to speak of. They're just getting absolutely ripped to shreds.
Yeah, look at this. This is not so pretty for MC. He's still got a lot of units here, but the Zealots were so far at the back, he just didn't have a very good position there. So many units, 11 Medivacs, 16 Marauders and 13 Marines.
You're not going to break it, MC. You are not going to break this. jjakji with a phenomenal game number 2, holding on against this massive, massive force that MC was able to accrue, and then from there, push it to victory. GG. Game number 2 goes to jjakji, tying up the series with impressive play.
Yeah, I was a little bit confused by jjakji's opening initially. It was just overall super defensive without really knowing exactly what he's up against. Widow Mine in the mineral line, all these defensive structures and positioning set at home. And he does take that map, which equalizes the series up now. And Stardust comes over to tickle his shoulders as congratulations.
All right, well, 1-1 apiece now as game number 3 approaches. And it becomes a whole lot more interesting when it's 1-1 apiece as opposed to just a 2-0, because then obviously MC would be sitting very, very pretty.
Yeah, you just can't give momentum away like that. You can't, you know, give your map away and then allow him to win his too. All right, so the 3rd map here is going to be Frost. MC looking straight-faced as ever, and jjakji's receiving a couple of tips here from Stardust again. Probably saying, good job, keep going.
I think that's a real strength behind jjakji here, with having someone as close to you as Stardust. And you've got to remember that these guys, day in, day out, are in the same house. They talk about the game so much. Having that Protoss perspective on your side It's such a boost. It has to be.
It's just small things that Stardust can say, like slap the back of his head and say, stop being indecisive. Just get that gas or don't get the gas. Don't think about both things and just do what you've got to do here. Looking at this next map, Frost here, traditionally in this matchup, it can play out a little bit more macro focus. For jjakji, ideally, he'd be going one barracks command center first here. Is he going to do that against a dangerous opponent like MC? Is he going to, not go for his strong economy and try to scout and find out what he's up to as soon as possible? What is MC going to do? He's opened up Stargate, different variations each game. Stargate into the Void Ray all-in, Stargate into the Blink per se all-in. What's next?
I think it could be Stargate again on a map like this.
Definitely could be.
All right, well, we're getting loaded up and good to go for game number 3. Frost the map. MC and jjakji now 1-1 here. It wouldn't be a brilliant semi-final without a bit of back and forth between these two, as jjakji and MC now look once again and one another across the battlefield, looking to advance onto the grand final here in WCS Europe, as we have spawning up to the top left Red Terran representing My Insanity. It is jjakji.
Just needs to keep playing solid. Find out what's happening. Stop it.
It's all about the defense.
Yeah.
And up to the top right are Blue Protoss representing Global Esports Management. It is MC.
What are you going to choose in this game here, MC? He's got so much experience playing at, the top level in competitive environment, I think he knows how to play this series out, but one thing that has definitely been his weakness over the years, MC, is his over-aggressiveness.
Yeah.
All right. There's a lot of times in StarCraft when you're like, I'm just going to go kill him.
Yep.
And, you get overly aggressive, you just want to go kill him immediately or go attack or take a fight, when you don't need to, you just need to keep playing, keep it long going, and that has been a problem of his over the years. But I think he's definitely learned how to control the pace of the series a lot more than he had in the past.
I'm one of those people. I like to fight.
jjakji, by the way, command center first and on the low ground.
Wow, okay.
You love to fight, I know you do.
Yeah.
You're a fighter, Claris.
Fighter, man. I love to fight. It's good stuff. Not so much in real life. I'm a little bit bad at that. I'm kind of short. Sorry. But I mean, this is good for jjakji, because normally, let's go back to mine and Todd's discussion. People normally scout clockwise. Look where MC's going. So the spawning positions have worked out quite nicely here for jjakji.
Yeah, this is decent from jjakji. I think they played this map again in Sao Paulo, and it was command center first by jjakji into double barracks, double gas, but actually went for cloak banshee really early. But back then, that was when Twilight Council was quite popular openings, whether it be Blink or Templar openings, so could play just a standard game here. But fortunately for him, is MC will spot this quite late, which means there's nothing reactionary MC can do to this command center first. There's nothing. Even if by the time he spots, he's like, all right, now I'm going to add on this gas and try to be aggressive. Well, it's a little bit too late, and jjakji's going to have enough units out and set up ready to defend against anything reactionary that could come.
Yeah, so MC's just going to have to throw down his Nexus, which he obviously is doing without having really seen too much. jjakji, also scouting clockwise, has now also got the opportunity to spot that, so that's nice for him, whilst his base has not been spotted yet. And with the timing of all of this, because the scout has been so unfortunate here for MC, there's probably going to be Marines out of the front to be able to deny that probe from even seeing anything.
Yeah, he won't get any information here. I mean, doesn't even necessarily have to know that it's command center first if the Marines push this back fast enough. Minchel, as in game or MC, did take a fast second gas before Stalker or Warp Gate research. So it just boosts his gas income a little bit here. And he does have a pylon off to the left there. So he could throw down a tech choice, could be Stargate again. jjakji, though, is going to put his Marines on the top of the ramp here, which will deny the fact that this is command center first here. MC has no idea. As the probe shall die.
And I won't be surprised if it was the Stargate, because of him not spotting his opponent down in bottom 2 position, so that pylon went down as soon as he didn't spot him down in the bottom right, and then from there on,
jjakji, 3 command centers again.
Jeez, greedy guy.
So command center first, double barracks into the 3rd command center.
Hello, Robo.
Yeah, and a robotics facility coming out from MC here, which is actually thrown down to the right here, which would avoid a scan which was plumped down in the middle, if not a little bit off-centered to the left to see if that pylon was used. Just a bit of a placement there from MC, but this is actually really good for jjakji. MC is playing as standard as can be, from what it seems with the initial setup, which would push us to believe that a Forge would be coming in not too far away, guesses on the natural to be taken, and just a Colossus, probably based opening, which is quite common nowadays. That's just a guess in the dark, but jjakji's perfect right now.
Wouldn't the Forge be like a little bit faster than this though? I'm scared that maybe he's going to throw down the Robo Bay and just go really whole hog with this.
Yeah, he definitely could. With a fast Robo Bay, he definitely could be quite aggressive with a faster one. This is quite fast. And that would play out okay blindly against what jjakji is doing. jjakji, of course, in this position still has to prepare for anything because he hasn't spotted anything yet. The scan goes down, revealing both.
All right, he knows what's up.
Yeah.
He knows what's up. So that's a great pickup there for jjakji. Behind this, I'm anticipating like factory, like now, soon, getting up to that starport as quickly as possible.
He took the second gas as soon as he scanned because he knows that he has to get the gas, but he can't, you know, start the factory straight away here because he has to get stim, and added on Marauder is quite expensive. I wonder if he'll get the factory or +1 attack first after seeing that.
That's actually a good question.
Okay, factory and then +1 will be after.
I think it's just too much. I mean, after seeing the Robo Bay that quickly, you've got to really start ramping up that production straight up to the starport. Otherwise, you're going to get caught blindsided.
Imagine if jjakji can deny the Observer Scout here.
That'd be nice.
Wouldn't see the 3 command centers.
Let's see if he actually ends up spotting it. That Marine technically can now see it. Marine's positioned behind all of this as well.
If he's able to get that Observer and sees it, then that's actually a massive pickup.
Yeah, he sees the progression of the factory though. That's a good spot there for MC.
And sees 3 command centers. Massive pickup there from MC, even though losing the Observer kind of sucks, but...
Didn't even have to drop a scan for that. That was nice.
Yeah, and MC, upon seeing that... Just Warp Prism. I think, yes, Klaus, I know what you're thinking. I can read your mind.
Is he really going to do that?
It seems so.
Is this... No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Oh my god. Oh
yes.
my... Okay, then I can hear clapping. Very faintly in my headphones. Okay, right. Well, good luck, Puck. Go forth. Aw.
It's spotted immediately, but he obviously... Okay, now he does. Okay, that's kind of like, what? You joking? jjakji is obviously going to want to position his Marines in a position where they could just kind of one-shot this. He's got to be very careful, MC. One mess up, and it's pretty bad.
Lights out, yeah.
Yeah, here we go.
This is really annoying, because the Warp Prism's so mobile, so fast. He could get a lot of kills here.
Stim is 20 seconds away.
He just... Well, no, that's too far. Yeah, stay there. Oh, he doesn't have thermal lance, so it's going to take a while. Poke, prod.
Yeah. This is very dangerous. Stim is 5 seconds away. One mistake, you gone.
Yeah, it's very, very hard to...
Well, MC is getting Blink and just adding on more gateways and will go for an all-in from this Claris. He will attack from this.
He just scanned in his main base, saw all the gateways being added on from here as well.
Doesn't know if there's Forges or the Twilight Council, though.
Yeah. And then more gateways add on as soon as that scan dissipates. This is the first-person view here from MC as he tries to find an opening with this.
MC will attack, you can see. He absolutely is going to attack from this off 2 bases. He knows 3 command centers down. It's a greedy opening again. He's going to try and punish this. Double starports, by the way, with double reactors. So...
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of Vikings on the way. There actually are no medivacs. It's just, he's identified it was a quite fast robotics bay. He's kind of starting to feel out this a little bit more, I would imagine so, with seeing no 3rd base planted yet.
Poor Marine. Oh well. With the Warp Prism speed now, this Warp Prism can actually get away from these Vikings. So
the Vikings count. Why is he not building Vikings? This is very important. He's only got 2.
He doesn't really have much gas available to him. I mean, he has a little bit, obviously, that can start a few, but... really needs to start more, you're right.
2 Vikings is not enough right now. They're in the out in the open. He should be building 4 right now. There should be 4 Vikings being made. Only 2 Vikings would give this a massive edge to MC. They have to start being built. Yeah,
there's going to be a 4th Colossus with this.
This is huge. They should have already been built.
He starts the production now, but is it quick enough? MC is moving out into the middle of the map here. And it's been revealed.
Yeah,
he sees it.
There's already no 3rd down on the bottom right-hand side. He scans it again. He wasn't quite sure exactly what this was. He scans. He's got a Marine at the top side, seeing nothing there either. He now starts his bunkers. He now starts his bunkers. If he can maybe control the high ground for a little bit here, just to buy himself some time, I'm not too sure exactly how he's going to go about this, but he needs more Vikings.
Yeah, he really does. Those Vikings need to buy him some time. The Stalkers lead the charge. They have Blink, so they're able to get out very quickly. If they could find maybe 1 or 2 Vikings on the edge of this fight, then that would be great for them. But now moving forward, Guardian Shield's been activated. Great force field wall to begin things off. Blinks to the south side to catch some of those Vikings. And any Viking that dies here is really bad for jjakji, because that's 4 Colossi raining down terror from the back wall. There's not that many gateway units, though. The force fields need to hold for a little bit.
4 more Vikings coming out soon. Great spread out here from jjakji.
More Stalkers warp in. It's only the... oh, God, there's so many Stalkers now added on here. MC with a supply advantage. A lot of that bio on the ground being absolutely shredded up. The Vikings aren't doing their job quickly enough, and jjakji is plummeting in terms of supply. Even if the Colossi die off now, there's still so many Stalkers on the ground.
SCVs from the main are coming to help out, but it's too late.
Oh, this is just bad news here for jjakji. Bad news, real desperation times, and even the Vikings landing to try and fend this off, but he's so far down in supply. MC with the execution of this build, GG, and he takes it. But Sean, I can't help but feel that jjakji had a lot of the knowledge and building blocks in place to hold on a little bit better.
Yeah, I think... oh, MC. Yeah, I definitely think that as well as it was executed by MC and was done quite well, jjakji's got to be kicking himself a little bit there.
Yeah. That was a bit of a slip-up. A bit of a slip-up for our Terran, who now is 1 game away from ultimate defeat here. And this man is 1 game away from his 3rd consecutive WCS Europe Grand Final. He can't take 2nd place again. That's not an option here for MC. He wants 1st place. There's nothing more that he wants other than that, because it's been so damn long.
Stardust is like, why do you keep going 3 command centers against MC? jjakji's like, but I want it. I want the SCVs.
Yeah, it's like, if you really think and hone down on what that 3rd command center has been doing for him all these games, what, you saturate 2 bases quicker, and then that 3rd base he hasn't really been mining from at all. Not in game number 3, not in game number 1. There was like a mule and an SCV there in game number 1. In this one, hardly any mining was going on there at all, and especially since the crazy opener that we saw from MC, which was the Warp Prism Colossi harassment, there was never going to be anything mined from that 3rd base. Guaranteed.
Yeah, this is a very difficult position for jjakji right now. They are going to take a couple of minutes break, the players. The next map is going to be Daedalus Point, Kalaris. So with Daedalus Point coming up, this is another very difficult map to play on. Definitely for both sides, but I think because of the way that MC plays for jjakji here, what is this going to be from MC again? He now has to guess, of all the strategies that Protoss has to choose from, what MC is going to go for here. There is no more options for greed from jjakji anymore. He has to find what's coming and stop it in the right time.
Yeah, and it could be, again, from here, it could happily be Blink for MC, a build that we know he has a lot of experience with. It's a good map for it. It's scary to really hold on against. Of course, we did see him hold it off on Yeonsu, but I think that Yeonsu, you know, offers a little less space for the blinking player to really kind of jump in and out where he can. But for now, guys, before we get into game number 4, let's head over to Red Eye.
Thank you very much with Todd. Very interesting 3 maps that we've had so far. As a Protoss player yourself, are you sitting there thinking, this looks pretty good right now?
I'm actually watching in disbelief that the things that he's doing somehow work. And I was talking a lot with Stardust during those games, and MC, man. Stardust was basically telling to me here at the end of that 3rd game, this is MC. Only him can make this work. Because with the strategy on a build that was spotted very early on, everybody knew the timing was going to come. jjakji knew, but somehow he gets his bunkers too late. His units are stuck trying to get back in there. He has no medivacs, he has only Vikings, and it's just a disaster of a fight that he takes that makes him lose that last game. That game on Habitation Station 2, the 1st game, I mean, we all thought jjakji had it when he made the turrets in the bunkers, but somehow his units weren't placed greatly, his buildings too. He didn't have enough, and I don't know. It's just been some weird games.
Do you think map 1, jjakji was a little bit too greedy with that first build that he had with that 3rd CC, and maybe just pushed it a bit too hard?
Maybe he wasn't greedy. I mean, he was trying to defend. I think he just got a bit overconfident when he had hold the initial attack. You know, this can happen very often. We saw Tian players even salvage bunker and move out, like do crazy things. But jjakji, after holding the initial attack with the Void Race and all that, he's like, I've just held. He's probably going to transition into something. But no, MC is not the guy that transitions all that often, and he's the guy then who, when he does the transition, you're defending. He tricks you more often than not. And in this case, it happened again, because jjakji thought that MC was transitioning. He wasn't. He was going for another wave, and that one worked.
What do you make of the Colossus and the Warp Prism in Game 3?
You know, it's funny. Puck, he's the player that used to always use this strategy, and at some point he got very good at it. And I guess MC took a page of his book and went for this. Not into a macro game, into a 2-base timing, which again, I don't think was particularly supposed to work. It's just the way the fight happened. It was too perfect for him not to be able to miss this one.
Yeah, what sort of mind games are going on right now as they head into map number 4? jjakji's obviously looking at the barrel of defeat and knows that he can't risk too much in this next game. Or does he really become quite ballsy now and does something that we haven't seen from him before?
You know, I feel a little bit foolish thinking about picturing this series going down with some standard game from both players. This is the boss task. This is what he does. He picks a build, and even more so in this series than what we've seen out of him before. In this series, it's literally like, I'm going to do this one very specific build that I'm only going to do in this game, and I'm going to throw it at you. And then I'm going to see how you deal with it. And so far, the only mistake, the major mistake that he's made that has cost him a game was losing that Oracle on Yeonsu. He even messaged me about it. He's like, man, if I didn't lose that Oracle, 3-0. So that's the state of mind he's in right now.
All right, thank you very much, Todd. Let's go back to our commentary team to find out whether the boss task does claim map number 4 and make it to his 3rd consecutive WCS Europe final, or can jjakji turn it around and square the series?
It's time for jjakji to step it up. It's time for him to equalize this series and make sure that he can keep his hopes alive here in the round of 4.
You know, I think Todd really nailed it there, echoing what we've been saying throughout all of this. jjakji has to find out what specific strategy MC is going to use. As we all know, MC is like that, then stop it. That's the, that should be the game plan here in every single game. MC is going to choose something, is going to try and kill you, and he is coming for the final in this game. Right now, Daedalus point. MC's looking at this, he's confident, he feels it already should have been a 3-0. He wants to go to the grand finals. He's going to kill you.
Here's MC.
You need to block it.
All right, can jjakji do it? Can he be the shield here for the Terran race? As we jump into Daedalus point, up to the top left-hand corner, fighting for his tournament life in this map. Representing my insanity, it is jjakji. And down to the bottom right-hand corner, fighting for that the first spot in the grand final here in WCS Europe. Representing Global Esports Management, it is MC.
He knows exactly what he's going to do in this game already.
Oh, yeah.
jjakji already eliminating one of the potential strategies from MC by building his supply depot a little bit south of his main command center here. In case there was any proxies or anything inside his base already, that would have been spotted. So one build gone off the scratch board, Kalaris.
It's like 50 more to go.
50 more to go.
All right, well, we'll see if he can identify.
He's got command center first.
Wow. All right, then.
Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable, this guy.
All righty, let's do it.
So brave.
You know, and MC's going to see this really, really early, Sean.
Yeah.
If
MC takes double gas as just a part of his build, he absolutely could try something here very fast, very early. And he is going to, as just a part of his build, take double gases. Now, upon seeing the command center there, we could see a 1-base Blink build, a 1-base Stargate build. You name it,
Go back. Well, he'll confirm it eventually once he goes around his opponent's base, but it's just going to be a little bit later. Is the big change here.
MC's like, no barracks? Wait, what?
Yeah.
Barracks there. So if MC didn't know what he was going to do before, and it wasn't something that was going to be this fast, it probably is going to be now.
Yeah. There is all the room in the world here for MC to really change up that game plan that he could have had and just really try and pressure this. 2 barracks behind this for jjakji is the normal go-to, but What will MC do?
So, as a Terran player at this point, you are saying to yourself, God, he scouted this early, damn it.
No.
And then the second thing you're going to say is, I need to prepare for everything. Is this going to be Chrono Boosted Zealot Stalker Mothership Core? Is this going to be a fast, Stargate? And this is the point of the game where you have to try to figure out what strategy is going to be used against you. If you know, you can tailor your defense more specifically to what's coming. If you don't, you have to prepare for everything. DTs, Oracle, Immortal Bust, Simple 4-Gate, everything.
And it is the straight Chrono Boost here. So it's going to be the Zealot Stalker Mothership Core Poke. The SCV does get in there and see the Zealot as well as the Chrono Boost into both. Yes, he does.
So he's going to see double gases here. And MC, I feel he may even try to run past the bunker here with the Zealot and Stalker and then fly the Mothership Core around.
Uh-oh.
And we are going to see, by the looks of it with the guess timings, most likely a Stargate here as well. So MC's just going to try and kill it. It's that simple.
And this wasn't his initial. I don't feel that this was in his initial game plan, right?
No, this is totally adapting to the game.
So and he's got one game in hand. So why on earth not? Why not just try and pressure it? He knows
absolutely.
Marine's not going to chase too far.
So it looks like we could see from MC is, pressure the natural a little bit here with these initial 3 units he's got out, and then try to find Oracle inside the main base. 3 Marines is a lot. The Zealot's going to die off quite fast, and he can also pull SCVs from the natural to come help defend.
Yeah, so not necessarily wanting to run past just yet, but if he gets the opportunity to pull away some of those units via like a sneaky Oracle jumping in, then that could help out.
Yeah, jjakji may scan the natural soon of MC to see if there's a command center. A Nexus, sorry. And when he does that and sees nothing, yeah, you're going to be scared. He's just eliminating the fact that it could be DTs here. He's already dead against a 1-base DT build, by the way. He's cutting corners without getting the engineering bay. The Oracle is also going to be very useful, even though there are 4 Marines and about to be 6, actually. He's actually preparing for an Oracle here.
Yeah, he's doing well with that.
And he does have the 3 Marines here. And here's the pull. This is the distraction move. And it's working!
Uh-oh. That Oracle's going to fly straight on him and put good reaction times there by jjakji. And he has to pull all of his units away from that natural.
Yeah, he's just going to live to get out of here, Clash. He's going to try and hold a 1... I think he's starting to realize now that with this amount and how this is working out, this is a 1-base build, he's going to try and hold from 1 base. MC's going to try and obviously win it from here.
Marines isolated at the back. They're going to get picked off by this Oracle very, very quickly. And now the Marines at the front trying to get that Stalker. Can they get it? No, they will get the Oracle in the end. But a lot of Marines have died during all of this, and the second Oracle flies in before the bunker's even done. He's killing off Marine after Marine. All he has to do now is sit above the production facilities, and there's nothing he could do.
Yeah, and he's building another Oracle here. It's that simple.
Oh, at least the bunker finished. Now all the Marines need to get in there super fast, but it needs to keep it alive as well. It's dying off very fast.
There's 2 SCVs. That 1 Marine does get in there in the last second, but really 1 Marine inside a 1 bunker.
Oh, that probe. He can't let that get up. Oof, if it was to get up and put a pylon down in the base, that would have been an absolute catastrophe.
But there is 2 Oracles against only a handful of Marines here.
How
Look
do you
at that, 19 army supply. There is 3 gateways behind this.
As long, and because, Oracles don't need to go up a ramp. They can just fly straight in and help out. This is really hard now for jjakji to hold on against.
All his SCVs are off the line.
He took a risk, and it's not paid off. MC, with the killer instincts, once again, is looking to kill off jjakji. jjakji, what can he do other than rally Marines in? But he can't
mind, because if he does, then the Oracles kill every single SCV here. He can't pull out the bunkers, because then units can run up the ramp.
Oh, bye-bye Marines.
Checkmate.
He's going to be done. He is going to be done. These 3 Oracles are having an absolute field day. Yes, the Stalker gets surrounded, but the Mothership Core's having a lovely time as well. Look at the amount of Zealots that are coming in. Oh dear me, jjakji is all but spent. A fantastic reaction, fantastic adaptation from MC here, who is looking to move on to his 3rd consecutive Grand Finals in WCS Europe.
GG, MC has got this in the bag, ladies and gentlemen. 3-0. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. MC's in. 3 finals in a row, baby.
He is happy about that. And again, he does not want that 2nd place. He is here to take it all. jjakji, commiserations to him going out in the round of 4. Unfortunately, his Europe conquest here, it's come to an end. And he'll have to look towards next season to continue that campaign.
Yeah, that sucks, of course, for jjakji. That's his 3rd top 4 finish in the last 5 or so months.
Yeah.
Not quite being able to break into a final yet, but it is the boss toss with 3 consecutive finals now. That's quite impressive, quite consistent from the boss toss. And now, who's going to stop him?
Who is? It's well, we know it could be either MMA or San. Those are the only two options left here in WCS Europe, which happens to be our next game as well.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that one. Of course, is it going to be MMA or San? It's a hard one to call, that one. I really thought, though, jjakji would do better in this finals. Unfortunately for him, the unpredictability, the aggressiveness of MC was a little bit too much to handle, a little bit too hot to play with.
Totally overwhelming. So congratulations to MC. Moving on to the grand final here once again at WCS Europe. And let's hear from the man himself, the Boss Toss.
Boss Toss is back.
Pitch, please.
Okay, I asked for that one. Okay. So, 3-1. jjakji, great player, but easy peasy, right?
Maybe if I didn't lose one Oracle in second game, it's 3-0, but just I was one mistake, so 3-1.
Okay. So, Boss Toss can make mistakes, though.
Yeah, of course, it's okay. It's handicap.
You did an AMA yesterday, and were you doing it all day and finished it today? It was a long AMA.
Yeah, long AMA, but just I answer 40 question and go to practice. And today morning I'm answered 4 more questions, so it doesn't matter for practice.
Okay. There was a few of your answers were very funny. We liked a lot of the answers that you gave, always, because you like to have fun. But there was one on there that said you bought a car and a house with all of your money, but everyone wanted to know what car.
Car?
Yeah, which car? What type?
A car. I bought my mother. It's Korean car, Kia. It's only 20,000, so cheap. So, and I bought house for me and mother. So it's expensive. 200,000. But now we get. I don't know English, but when you buy house or building, it's gonna be expensive more. Yeah. So now 300,000.
Okay.
Easy peasy.
So when you're done with StarCraft, you're going to be like a property man, right? You're just going to own lots of houses.
Yeah, maybe I don't need a job because. Yeah, I don't need a job maybe. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you don't need a job because you're the Boss Toss. But let's get back to the match. So 3-1, straightforward against jjakji, even though he's a great player. You're now in your 3rd final in a row. It's your 9th final since you won Red Bull Battlegrounds in 2012, and in all of those you finished 2nd. It's time to step up, MC.
Yeah, it's time to win, and you know what? I lost MMA last season, and I lost San in IEM and another tournament, so time to revenge, and I will just kick them all, yeah.
Okay, MC. Ladies and gentlemen, MC is the victor once again. He reaches his 3rd consecutive WCS Europe Championship, and we wish him the very best of luck. He'll play MMA or San, and that game's coming next. But first, let's get some analysis from game number 1.
Thanks very much, Red-Eye. One mistake, one map loss. That's what MC's analysis was of his own series here. And I think jjakji could probably do the same, because in all of those games that we lost, there were mistakes made, especially in particular about the transitions that were made at some point in the... Oh, God, this is going to be one of those analyses again. Congratulations. There is a moment I want to take a look at on Frost, and maybe MC is going to be able to enlighten me a little bit about what exactly happened here. So we can go into the game and take a look at the situation here. We are at the 12th minute. jjakji went for a 3rd base. He's on 2 starports. He's making a lot of Vikings to make sure he has enough to deal with the Colossi. But he has no medivacs because of that, which is a big deal here. So Okay, first of all, why did you delay this attack so much? I'm very curious about this. Why is it 12 minutes? Did you not think you could attack before? When you do this kind of all-in, the most important thing is to have 3 Colossi, right? And then a lot of Stalkers in support. Can you explain me a little bit?
You know what? All Protoss using 3 Colossus with Blink Stalker all-in, but I tried to practice just with Speed Warp Prism and 1 Colossus. You can watching everything, and you can
see if they're on a third base and all that, right?
Yeah, and if you do Robo first and make Warp Prism Colossi drop, you can make 4 Colossus same timing.
Okay.
So
you actually think this is a solid strategy?
Yeah, too strong.
That you can do again?
Yeah.
Not one time strategy?
Yeah, too
strong. So if you play
strong.
MMA in final?
Yeah, you know what? He's machine. He don't have brain. Only playing like machine.
Okay. All right. We can play the game from here. Take a look at the last fight, and you can take me through your mindset here. The most important thing, I guess, is going to be fighting position and force field. I have a question. Can we look up that ramp over here? If jjakji had set up here with a lot of units, Vikings and SCV pool, can you still win?
Yeah, I have 4 Colossus, so strong. Colossus Imba. I hope you will try this build.
But I will probably lose if I try it.
No, it's 4 Colossus, you did 3 Colossus.
Okay.
So yeah, it's different, you and me. I'm 4 Colossus, 4 big head, yeah?
4 big heads?
Yeah, big head.
Okay,
yeah.
All right, let's play the fights. Let's take a look at the butchery that took place here. He made big mistake here. Very late bunker and everything's blocked. I guess you were happy when you saw this, right?
You know what? Because he's afraid of me, because I'm really aggressive. So, yeah, he afraid of me and good for speed. Yeah.
But this was bad. Look at your Stalkers. What is this?
Handicap.
Handicap. Oh, okay. Here we go again with the handicap.
And wow, you know.
So good, Michael.
Yeah, good force speed and this time of. How win Terran?
I don't know.
Wow, 4 Colossus. Wow, killing everything.
You will be a great caster.
Not Colossus, so strong.
You are a great caster. All right, thank you very much. That's going to be it for the analysis. Thank you for joining me. This has been very enlightening. I hope many of you will try this build, and I hope you will win it with it. That's going to be the tricky part. Remember, 4 Colossus. Let's go and check in with Ro8. Thank you.
You're welcome.